you were practicing, but I wasn't 100%. So I was like, don't wear yourself out yet. Give it a minute.
So he's going to say go and then I play?
Yeah.
And then she's going to talk
And
while
then-
you're playing.
and then
While
I'll
you're playing.
Okay.
Do you want to play that much, or do you want to play part of that and then soften up a little bit?
I'll cut it in where I need it. I wouldn't worry about that.
Okay.
Okay.
As long-
Well, I know, but if I'm talking over her playing,
Oh, that's
she
okay.
needs to soften up.
Yeah.
Need to soften that.
Oh my God. I can't believe that they would teach
The
tonight.
jersey's coming out.
You guys should all come to class with me. I'm just saying. Learn some Spanish.
Just like this?
Yeah.
Absolutely. With our
I don't know if we would learn
fun in
Spanish, but I
hand.
feel sure your class would learn some new things.
Yeah, what is the average age?
Right. Yeah. Are they adults?
Yes, 2 of them. 3 of them.
2 of them. Only
3.
3 of them.
3 out of 6.
So half.
Yeah.
Half of them. So we're only going to
Yeah.
ruin the ears of half the crowd. That's pretty good. I like it.
Okay,
Okay.
Christy, if you could just play for 10 seconds,
Okay.
and then Tammy, we're gonna have the middle camera
You got it.
with everybody.
Okay.
Try not to put my shoes together that make a squeaky noise.
Maybe a little lower. All right.
Well, now it's cutting
Well,
our heads
now it's
off.
cutting our head off. Did you mean to do that?
Yep.
Okie doke.
You don't need that. We don't need your head. in
But
it.
I did my hair for this.
Maybe he's trying to tell us something.
Mm.
Oh yeah, keep taking it back. It makes me look smaller.
He's going to have to move to
Is that you
boys.
playing or somebody else?
Nobody's playing. Do you want me to play now?
Yeah, you can go.
Okay. I'm all nervous now that I'm playing.
Now that you knew, right?
Now that I know that it's like,
I'm gonna wait till you get to that little part. Da-na-na-na-na-na.
You do it slower.
okay, it wasn't that. I just get nervous. Like,
Oh, don't get nervous. Welcome to another episode of Chick Chat. This is a very special episode today. So as you can see, I'm surrounded by these lovely ladies who are dressed in gowns from She Said Yes here locally in Winchester, who helped us out today. We're sponsored by Valerie Hill Vineyard and Winery. I'm here today with Mary and Jill and Christy, and I'm your host, Tammy. And this is our little wrap-up of the 89th annual Academy Awards. So today we're going to talk a little bit about some of the movies from this past year, the awards that were given out, what we thought of them, where we thought they went wrong, and then also just other favorites. So sometimes the movies that we see come up from that year, but also just movies from the past that we think, we just can't let that one die. Like, we have to keep bringing it up and reminding people of what a fantastic movie that it is. So as you see, we have our wine, as always, from Valerie Hill.
Cheers.
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 Cheers, ladies.
cheers.
So glad that you guys could join us today. So let's start off with a little bit of discussion about movies and things that happened recently with the 89th Annual Academy Awards. There were some wins. And some losses, for sure. Yes.
Why don't you talk about the white elephant in the room?
Okay,
There you
Okay.
go.
we'll start it off right away. 2 ridiculously crazy things that happened that never, ever, ever should have happened. One of them was that a woman, while watching the show, she saw her picture come up during the memorials. Can you imagine?
That's shocking.
You're sitting in your living room, just minding your own
Own
business.
business.
Oh my gosh.
You're in the movie making. I can't remember if she was costumes. They weren't even in the same category, but
Right.
they go through and they're playing the memorials, and her photo popped up, and clearly she was
Surprise.
surprised to find out that she was dead.
There you go.
So And then the other
Big boo-boo.
big blooper was at the end of the show,
Best Picture.
rather, with Best Picture, and the wrong envelope was handed to the
Poor
announcers.
Warren Beatty.
Warren Beatty, right.
Because he was just the messenger, you know.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
And he really.
And you could tell he stopped and he looked at the card and he looked up and he was like, you know, you could tell his face was like, do I say it?
Right.
And then they just went forward with
and
it.
the director from La La Land was not. I didn't think he was very nice.
He didn't
the way
handle
he
that
did it.
very
He did
well.
not handle
I'm
it
sure
well
he was
at
in
all.
shock.
True.
I think so.
You know?
Well, so it said Best Actress Emma Stone,
Right.
with La La Land, and so they just said La La Land. It ended up being Moonlight, and so they're in the middle. The whole cast comes up. They're in the middle of
Jimmy
their
Kimmel's looking at it over and
kudos,
over
but you can see things going on stage. So if you
Right.
watched it, there are things in the background, and it was fun to go back and watch that after the show aired because
Absolutely.
at first I was as shocked as everyone, and then as I went back and I watched, and I was like, oh, look at all the stage hands and
Right.
everyone running out going, what the heck? You know, you could see these faces in the background.
Jimmy Kimmel, you could almost see him or hear him saying, "Why me? Why on
Oh,
my
right,
watch?
right.
Why?"
Right. So, I mean, they handled it as best that they could, but I will say, uncomfortable.
Right.
I sat there watching, completely uncomfortable with the whole
Doesn't
thing.
it seem like though there's like a pattern here? Like all of these things, you know, Super Bowl has their bloopers, you know, the
Right.
costume, you know, malfunctions.
That's what happens when you're live, honey.
There you go, right?
Yeah.
And then what happens is all the focus is on that problem, you know, what happened,
Right.
and not the big picture, if you will.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, and in this case, it was actually Faye Dunaway, I think, who actually said the
Yes.
name of the
She was
film.
like,
I think she thought Warren Beatty was just messing around.
Right,
And she was
right.
like, oh, La La Land. And I think he was like, oh, no, you shouldn't have said that.
You know what I thought actually did happen? Because I watched that. It looked like Warren Beatty was one of many who get up there without their glasses on to look good.
Right.
And I was thinking that he couldn't see and couldn't read it, so he passed it over
No,
to her.
He saw it.
Right,
He-
but
he
that's what
looked
I
at it
thought.
2 or
When
3
you were
times.
That's what I thought. I thought,
he was
well,
like-
you know, and then I'm like, gosh, she didn't even look at it. Like, what, you know?
Right. Yeah.
So, oh, it's
And then there
awful.
was one other kind of interesting thing that happened during it. As a third sort of, I thought, kind of made you feel a little uncomfortable in this year's show, which was the Iranian director who won for Best Foreign Language Film.
Right.
And he was not able to come to the event because of the immigration travel ban that was put on.
okay.
And he kind of...
Can we correct that? He chose himself not to come.
I was about to go there, and I will say that, but let me finish what I was saying.
Well, I don't want to have that information out there because it wasn't incorrect.
Well, that's why I was going to finish my sentence.
Okay, go back.
Do you want me to just leave that out completely?
No.
Go back to 1/3.
But you said he couldn't come because of the travel ban.
Initially, that was the case. That was the case initially, and then he boycotted the show and kind of raised a bigger
Like awareness.
awareness about it.
Right.
Because initially he wasn't able to come because of the travel ban, and then when he was allowed, he was like, no, forget it, I'm boycotting the show.
Right,
For
right.
those that, you know, that were affected, you know, that continued. So I
Right.
thought that also left
Let
a
me
little
push
bit of
this
an
in while I'm at it.
uncomfortable element.
Right.
Okay.
Okay, you can just start right there then, Tammy.
Oh, yeah, I thought you were filming.
Oh, no, I didn't think he was filming. That's why I pushed that chair.
Why is she moving that around?
Because he wasn't filming. Okay.
All right.
Okay.
I thought we were still in discussion.
All right.
Oh, no, she was finishing the, okay.
Okay.
You can start right from the very beginning of where you started.
Okay.
Okay.
And then one other kind of uncomfortable thing that I thought during the show was the Iranian director who had won for Best Foreign Language Film. And he initially was unable to attend because of the immigration travel ban. And then as that changed, he decided not to come. And he boycotted the show, and he was really outspoken, just kind of as an awareness. But I think it left a little bit again of uncomfortable feeling during the show.
Right, right.
You know, obviously one of now at least 3 that we've named
Right,
of
right.
uncomfortable. I know the show ratings were actually a little down too. So
Yes.
they had 32.9 million viewers this year, but that was down like 4% So it's still something. I don't know. Maybe these mishaps ended up being a good thing for them, as it turns out, because here we are still talking about it.
There
Right.
you go.
Right.
See?
So did you all watch any of the movies? So that's one of the things. I know we talked about La La Land. That
Right.
was, I think actually it won the most, what had the most nominations with a record tying, actually. It was 14, which tied for a 1950s film called All About Eve, and then 1997's Titanic.
Wonderful, wonderful movie, All About Eve.
Really? Well, I like Titanic, so there
I'm
you
a
go.
Betty Davis fan, and I like Titanic, but Betty
Yeah.
Davis in All About Eve was absolutely awesome. She really was.
Another
It was
one to
great.
add to the movie list. We talked
There
about
you
this
go.
in a former show about
Exactly.
movies, and there are so many. So La La Land, did anyone
Yes.
else see it besides me?
Yes, I watched
Yeah.
it while I was in London with my girlfriend, and it was so beautiful just to watch. The vibrant colors, the story was beautiful. It was just, the music was just breathtaking and beautiful, and it took me, sad, happy, and it was beautiful. I
It's
enjoyed
been a
it.
very long time since a musical has been up
Yes.
for awards. Well, it's been a long time since they really made a musical. I mean, that's
You're
just
right.
not
Yeah.
one that you see. I mean, there are a few like West Side Story and Carousel and Oklahoma, but it's been a long time
Well,
since
and there's Beauty and the Beast that's coming out that
That's
they're
right.
Beauty and the
making,
Beast,
right.
which
That is
it
coming
is
out.
not animated.
No, it is not.
Exactly, nice.
Right.
So I'm excited to see that.
Right.
And then other movies, so Arrival and Moonlight both came in second with 8 nominations each. And unfortunately, I saw Arrival. I did see Arrival, and I thought that was a really good film. I enjoyed that a lot. I haven't seen Moonlight yet.
I have
So-
not seen it.
no.
So,
The
no.
one I really
I
wanted
need
to
to.
see was Fences, and I just
Me too.
I did
Viola
not get
Davis.
there.
She's
Yes.
amazing. Amazing
Yes.
actress.
absolutely.
And was
So-
she one of the ones you said was dressed very? Was it Viola? Who were you talking about with the dresses?
Oh, with the dresses, well,
Halle
Octavia.
Berry.
Oh, right. Okay.
And Octavia Spencer, who's also one of my
okay.
favorites, but I did not care for her dress. She was wearing Marquesa,
okay.
and I'm just not into feathers.
Oh.
And the whole bottom of the dress was blue feathers.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh, right.
I thought, because the year before she looked really, really wonderful. I thought it was interesting that Viola requested to be up for not Best Actress, but Best Supporting Actress, and that was her choice.
Oh,
and
really?
I thought that was very interesting.
I didn't know they had choices.
I was just going to say I didn't realize that they had a
They
choice.
had a thing on like one of the morning news shows.
Oh,
and that
okay.
they were talking to her about that. And because, Denzel Washington is fabulous, fabulous actor, but she did that part justice in Fences. Absolutely. I haven't seen the whole movie, but I've watched the trailers and the previews, and it's just, I've got to go see it. It'll be back on.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. It's one
Yeah,
I'd
they
like to see
re-released
as
them
well.
right after.
Yes.
Right.
Wow.
So I had gone through the list, and we had, let's see, gosh, there's so many great films. Moonlight we talked about, La La Land. Oh, Manchester by the Sea. I didn't get a chance to see that. I really
It's
want
another
to.
one I really wanted to see. They said Casey Affleck was
Moonlight?
We talked about Manchester by the Sea, I think.
Okay, Manchester. Just go ahead and start there.
Okay.
Okay.
So another film that I've heard great things about is Manchester by the Sea, which I haven't had a chance to see. I know it's such a drama, and I really need to prepare myself for it. But it's something I definitely would want to see.
I want to see it so much, and they said that Casey Affleck did a fabulous job in it, but it's going to be a tearjerker. I have a
Yeah.
feeling.
Box of tissues
Right.
on that one.
Well, it's fun to see him versus Ben Affleck, so he's usually in the spotlight, and so seeing Casey
Who I
is
thought
a
was
nice change.
interesting came to the Oscars with his, what did they call him, his drying out coach, because then immediately
Oh.
after the Oscars he went into rehab.
Oh,
Oh, I did not know that.
Oh yes.
Look at that, a little extra.
Scandal.
Woohoo!
Scandaloso.
He came for his brother, his
Oh,
baby
that was
brother.
really
Very
nice.
nice.
That was
But
really
he did.
nice.
He actually brought his drying out coach with him, I guess, to
Whatever works.
make
That's
sure
right.
whatever it takes.
Brought with him what he needed.
Good
I
for
like
him.
it. So there were a couple other. We talked about Arrival and Moonlight. Mahershala Ali became the first Muslim actor to win an Oscar, and he was in Moonlight. So again, a film I haven't seen.
Well, it took him, I think there were 3 actors actually that played the part. Was there not him as a child?
Oh, okay. That
and
may be.
and then through his because
Transitioning.
his
or-
transition
into becoming an adult. So
because they had all three of them
That
on
were
the
there.
show.
Oh, okay.
that's nice. And then we talked about Viola Davis. So she became the first Black person to receive the Triple Crown of acting, which is an Oscar, a Tony, and an Emmy.
Wow.
So that was just this year. That was interesting. And then Damien Chazelle became the youngest person to win Best Director. So he's 32, the director of La La Land.
Right.
And so I thought that was interesting.
That's impressive, really.
At 32. Yes. Yeah, I thought so too.
I thought it was interesting. You know, I'm sorry, and that was all the good stuff. But hear me, I like to look at the ladies and what they're wearing and who they're wearing.
Oh, yes.
And I know that I think you were watching the Chew because they had somebody there also watching
Yes.
what the ladies were wearing. But some of them, what I found that, you know, haute couture is still in. My favorites, some of my favorites were like Halle Berry, and she was wearing Versace.
With her natural hair.
with her natural hair, it was beautiful.
Was beautiful.
It was absolutely
and
beautiful.
And she got all kinds of flack about it, and it was gorgeous.
I thought it was gorgeous. Emma Stone was wearing Givenchy, and that was elegant and beautiful. But my favorite was Kirsten Durst, and she was wearing Dior, and it was beautiful. It was a strapless black satin with a full skirt. It was so elegant.
Did you see anything that was really common among the color patterns? I felt like there were a lot of nudes, or the gold and nude
There's
tones.
always the ones that look like there's just nothing but netting and a couple of
Well, I didn't mean nude in that way, but I meant just the
meant
color
the
tone.
color tone.
I was trying to remember from that.
There were some strange things. There was a couple of the dresses that were very unattractive. One looked like upholstery. It was, and I can't remember now who was wearing it, but I do remember that Ruth Negga was wearing a wonderful, wonderful designer, Valentino. It was this full red gown with sort of chiffon netting at the top. But she was wearing red shoes with the red gown. But the worst part was she was wearing white socks. White socks.
I don't
haven't figured that
understand.
out yet.
Why
I'm
did
sure
she
it was
do
a statement.
that?
I don't know. Maybe she was going to Oz later. I
Right.
have no clue. And was going to click her heels.
Oh my
gosh!
gosh.
But
Oh my gosh,
Well-
that's
That was
funny.
funny.
I missed that.
I didn't watch the Oscars live, but the next day I was on the treadmill watching the Chew, because that's what I like to do, is walk on the treadmill while I'm watching delicious food being cooked, right? That's normal. And Carla Hall actually went, and she was there on the red carpet, and she was like, she had made some homemade delicious muffins, and she was tossing them out to the different celebrities as they're walking down the red carpet, probably starving. They're all like, we're starving.
Well,
Been dieting
we've
for
all done that, right?
Oh, absolutely.
for this show,
You're not about to eat right before, right?
Yeah.
they're saying like, well, "What do you mean? There's no dinner? We don't need any dinner.
There you go.
Salad."
Yeah, so that was great. So that's where I got, my Oscars was from the Chew the next day, and that was a lot of fun. And so anyway, I did prepare something for the show for us to enjoy afterwards. Remember
Excellent.
another episode past, we talked about my grandmother's recipe for coconut flan.
Yes.
So
Well, I know you all are
I see it
probably
right
the same
there.
that I am starving, so you should come on around, ladies, and let's do it. There happens to
Yes.
be this beautiful flan here.
Yes, and we do need to mention how much fun we had when we all went together to She Said Yes,
Yes.
boutique,
Fun.
and we had fun trying on dresses to pick out the perfect dress for today and
And that's when we
shoes.
stopped eating.
There
Yes,
you go.
was-
Absolutely.
that was when we stopped eating. So here we are, starving. So
All right. Well,
We-
as we wrap up today, we want to thank Valerie Hill, of course, for the lovely wine that they provide for us. We also want to thank She Said Yes, and we want to thank you for this flan. Oh,
yes.
And now it's time to dig in, ladies. Yes.
Yes.
enjoy.
Catch us next time on Chick Chat.
Oh, my.
Oh my God, it's
Delicious. It's delicious.
It's so good.
Oh my golly.
That's a wrap.
Oh, yes, it is. Or we could do it again.
Do you need us to retake this?
I was just going to say,
Do you need to
do this part over.
It won't look as
Should we
pretty,
do this part
but-
over?
God, that's amazing.
That
So
is-
good.
That is
Thank
so,
you.
so
My
good.
husband would be in
Well,
paradise.
I brought some bowls and tinfoil.
Can I take him?
Yeah, and I have to
Yeah.
go teach class. So
Juan, yes.
Juan is his very favorite.
I'm leaving
Also-
this here. You guys cut into it and take stuff, and then
That is amazing.
David, I